हरे कृष्ण ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. So, welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss from srimadbhagavatamclass. This is Canto 10, Chapter 13. So, our topic is today Krishna playing like a dramatic actor. This is actually, Lord Krishna, he appeared in this material world 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan Dham. So his childhood activities, this is called pastimes, is described in srimadbhagavatamclass by Sukadeva Goswami. So this verse we will discuss today is from 10th canto, 13th chapter, and this is text 61. Okay. So myself is sachiputragaur. So we will discuss it. Let's begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Here is the verse. So you can also respond after me. Tatra udvahata pasupabamsa sisutva natyam brahma advayam paramam anantam agadha bodham. Baschan sakhin ivapura parita vichinvat ekam sapani kabalam parameshti achashtaha. So once more. Tatra udvahata pasupabamsa sisutva natyam brahma advayam anantam agadha bodha. Baschan sakhin ivapura paritah vichinvat ekam sapani kabalam parameshti achashtaha. So this is very nice verse, So here this is described that how Brahma saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma achashta, Brahma saw. So sometimes people, they discuss that who has seen God. Most of the time, practically nowadays, whenever you start to speak about spirituality, adhyatma, then someone would be there who has a question, oh, have you seen God? So here is the description that parameshti achashtaha, Lord Brahma saw the Lord. How? What that time the Lord was doing? The Lord was doing that time, it is said here, paritah vichinvat ekasapani kabalam. Sapani, pani means hand. Pani kabalam. Pani kabalam means a morsel food in his hand. It is described by the Acharya that yogurt rice, curd rice. With a morsel of food in his hand, he was searching his calves. That time Lord Brahma saw. So Brahma heard about the Lord, because in the very beginning, Brahma actually, he is the first created being in this material world, Brahma. Like in Abrahamic religion, they said that Adam and Eve, the first living entity. But from the Vedic literature, it is described that Lord Brahma is the first living entity. His name is Padmaja. He comes out from the navel of the Supreme Lord. So here it is said, Tatra udvahata pasupavamsa visutta natyam. Lord Krishna actually, his name is Gopal, who maintains the cows. he was tending the calves. Very early age. In the age of 5, Lord Kṛṣṇa got his service. Nowadays, the youths are not getting any job. Job scarcity is there. Everyone has this demand. They need a service. So, in previous ages, due to hereditary business, vansanukramic business, the children, those who are grown up, they easily get a job. That's what is called Pasupa Vamsa Sisutva Natyam. So this is the play being a child in a family of cowherd men. Nanda Baba, because he was a Vaishya. Vaishya karma is Krishi Gorakhya Banijya Vaishya karma Swabhavajam. Krishi means agriculture, protecting cows and doing business. This is the job of a Vaishya. So Nanda Baba, he is from the background of Vaishya, business class. So that's why Lord Kṛṣṇa appeared in his family. That's his job was that. Other Lord Kṛṣṇa says that Chaturvarna Maya Srushtam Gunakarma Vibhagasa Tan Akartaram Vidhi Kartaram Apyabhyam. Lord Kṛṣṇa says, I divide the society in 4 classes, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. But Kṛṣṇa is not under this category. He maintains the cows. The Brahma Advayam. His Brahmans, the absolute truth, without a second. Paramam Ananta Agadho Bodham. Possessing unlimited knowledge, unlimited power, that same Supreme Personality of Godhead is now searching after the calves. So here is the photo. You just see it. Brahma came from Brahma Loka just to see, because he heard that, Lord Kṛṣṇa killed Aghasur, Bakasur, so many demons. Because when this news were broadcasted in the upper planetary system, Brahma also wanted to know, who is this boy? Let me see how is so much powerful, who killed even the big demons. So the Lord saw, Brahma saw the absolute truth, which one without a second. One without a second means Golok eva nivasati akhila atma bhuta tabhirja eva nijarupataya kalabhi. So Lord, although he is residing in his own abode Brahma, Golok Vrindavan, but he is present everywhere at the same time. Eka Bahunam Viddhati Kaman, he is one, but he can satisfy all of us desires. Full knowledge. From his breathing, the Vedas comes out. From his breathing. Just imagine. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Kṛṣṇa says, in, I think this is 3rd chapter, this is Brahma Karma. Very nice verse this is. 3rd chapter, it is from 15 number verse. Most important verse. You can also remember this verse. It is here. Karma Brahma Udbhavam Vidhi Brahma Akhyara Samudbhavam Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma Nitya Yajna Pratishthitam. So it is said that regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. And the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in its acts of sacrifice. So Vedas, Vedaishta Sarvair Aham Eva Vedya, all these Vedas, Rugved, Samved, Yajurved, Atharved, these are manifested from the Supreme Lord. So that's why his full knowledge. Sat Chit Ananda. Chit means full of cognizance. And Lord Brahma, like we have a brain substance is there, Nowadays brain substance is missing. our brain substance is not working properly. Cerebellum. So this Brahma's body is made of this brain. Made of brain. So much powerful. So Lord Krishna actually possesses full knowledge and who is unlimited. But that unlimited Lord can appear in his original form. So that's why Krishna says, Ajopisan abhaya atma, bhutanam ishwaropisan, prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma maya. He is aja, unborn, never takes birth. But he appeared, he accepted someone as his parents. Like Lord Baraha comes out from the nostril of Brahmadev. That's why sometimes Brahmadev is also called the father of Lord Barahadev. But he is now playing just like a common ordinary child in a family of cowherd men and standing all alone. And he's searching everywhere for the calves and his cowherd friends. Brahma saw that. Because Brahma, he tried to actually, he steal the cows and cowherd boyfriends of Lord Krishna. But it is said by Acharya says that, Lord Krishna actually exhibited his pastimes. He expanded himself. Any living entity cannot touch the Lord's energy. So the cowherd boys and this calves and cowherd boys, so they are actually not stolen. Brahma actually felt that he stole, but actually he did not. It is not possible for Brahma also, any person, to touch the energy of the Lord. So, but here Lord Krishna is searching. So when this actually seen, Brahma saw, he was bewildered. We generally bewildered. We could not understand the pastimes of the Lord. So that's why Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabu Noy Sravanadi Suddha Chitte Karoye Uday. So the Krishna Prem, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya, it is not easy to get perfections. Sadhya Kabu, it is not easy. But every day if you will hear it from the Vaishnavas, from the pure devotees of the Lord, then it will be possible. So here the word Agado Badha means the Lord's knowledge is unlimited. Therefore one cannot touch where it ends, just as one cannot measure the ocean. So nowadays they are trying to measure the depth of the ocean through some means like sonic, some measurement is there. Yeah, but it is very difficult to measure. So the extent of our intelligence in comparison to the vast expanse of water in the ocean. So the Lord has unlimited knowledge. He knows everything. Through this potency, Sambit potency, I already discussed it. So Srila Prabhupada gave an example that on his passage to America, Srila Prabhupada went to America, how insignificant the ship was, like a matchbox in the midst of the ocean. So Krishna's intelligence resembles the ocean, for one cannot imagine how vast it is. Srila Prabhupada went to America in 1965. He got a ticket, free ticket from Scindia company. Sumati, she actually gave this ticket. She donated for that. So Srila Prabhupada actually he is telling that yes, in the midst of the ocean, the ships looks like a matchbox. If you are flying on a airplane, if you look hard, look down, so you will see all the skyscraper buildings, they will look like small matchboxes. So that's why the best course is that if you want to imagine, speculate how Krishna is big, how Krishna is unlimited, then you cannot understand. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to South India, he actually stayed 4 months in Sri Ranga temple. So there the head priest of that temple was Venkata Bhatta. There was a discussion in between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Venkata Bhatta. So in the discussions, once actually Lord Chaitanya said, Lakshmi Devi, she is a chaste woman. In Vrindavan, one of the forest in Vrindavan, she is doing meditation from time immemorial to enter into the rasa dance. Lord Chaitanya said, you are worshipping Vishnu and Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Then how is that a chaste lady, chaste woman is just, want to associate with a person? For that she is doing meditation. Then Venkata Bhatta actually answered like that. The Lord pastimes, I don't understand. The Lord pastime is like, so vast. It is like the depth of the water in ocean. As a common living entity, as just a common man, how can we actually understand it? We cannot comprehend. We cannot describe it. That's why you have to surrender to Krishna. Don't try to measure Krishna. Sometimes those preachers, those who do not understand the deity worship, the significance of deity worship, they sometimes come and accuse that you Hindus are foolish. You don't know. So when some foreigners come, the philosopher Max Muller, so many, when they come and they try to describe that they actually wrote the books, and the Indian youths, the Indian intelligent persons, they read these books, then they say, oh, actually they know better than us. It is not our duty to read all the Vedic literatures. So that's why Srila Prabhupada, in his mission, he actually, in the ISKCON agenda, there is an agenda that try to spread these periodicals, these books, these magazines, literatures in vast, large quantity in the society. So when we go out and help the people, give these books and spread this knowledge through different mediums, people read these books and they understand this. That's why to understand Krishna means we have to surrender ourselves in front of Krishna. So this is called Agadha Bodha. So that Agadha, that unlimited, can be accessible through Parampara. Because Krishna explained himself about himself in Bhagavad Gita. And all the Vedic literature actually explained about the glories of the Lord. Thou has to be glorified. One has to glorify the Supreme Lord's activities. So in this verse there is Advayam. He is one without a second. So Brahma was overcast by Krishna's Maya. He was thinking himself the Supreme. So everyone has this problem in this matter. Everyone think that I am superior. I am the best man in this world. Srila Prabhupada, who wanted to print his books, that time he was in America. So in Japanese company, Dai Nippon company, Srila Prabhupada and Brahmananda Swami both went there just to give the order for printing of his books. So there was a talk. The manager of the Dai Nippon company. Then Srila Prabhupada asked one thing. What is your desire? What is your aspirations? What do you want to be in your life? Then that person actually brought so many cards, visiting cards, and his visiting card was in the bottom, and he bring that visiting card and he's keep it in top. So everyone has to top. I am the best man in this world. You know, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So when he was a boxer, best boxer, when he was actually inside the ring of boxing ring, he was actually there was a badge he always wear. In that badge it was written Mahantam, the greatest. So when he become old, when he become old, that time he was actually suffered in one disease. So due to that disease, that person could not actually rise from his bed. He was so sick. So one reporter went. Then he asked, Mr. Muhammad Ali, can you tell me, when you were inside the ring, when you were in the boxing match, you were wearing that badge, the greatest Ali. So what do you want to say about it? Then Muhammad Ali said, yes, now also I am saying the same thing. I am the greatest. Not only I am the greatest fool. So we think, I know everything. One thinks, why should I read Bhagavad Gita? I know everything. I have my own interpretations. Nowadays there are so many interpretations of Bhagavad Gita. Unscrupulous commentary of Bhagavad Gita. Here the commentator says, Kṛṣṇa does not exist. They say like that. If Kṛṣṇa says, Manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyajimam namaskuru, they says, then don't think about Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is now gone. Just think about us. Mad bhakta, why you want to become a devotee of Kṛṣṇa? You can choose your God. There are so many gods. Unlimited gods. If there is such of a God, we can manufacture gods. So that is their propaganda. Do worship of Kṛṣṇa says, do worship of me. And these people say, no, you can worship anyone. So these are the commentaries available in Bhagavad Gita. And sometimes the people goes and they read these Bhagavad Gitas. And they try to understand the Vedic literature on their own way. They don't want to hear. They don't want to go through these commentaries which are written by the acharyas. So Srila Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is. Once Srila Prabhupada went one of the library. The librarian, lady librarian, she said, Swamiji, I have 107 types of Bhagavad Gitas in my library. Then Srila Prabhupada said, you just keep this Bhagavad Gita, one more. This is as it is. Then Srila Prabhupada said, every day people are coming and reading all those Gitas, Bhagavad Gita. Can you tell me, after reading all those commentary of Bhagavad Gita, is there any changes in the life of people? No, not at all. Most of the time we see it. People read these books, they say, we don't understand. We could not understand. But after reading of Srila Prabhupada books, even a common man, a layman can understand. If does not have sufficient knowledge, that person also can understand. This is so easy. So that's why Brahma, however, was able to understand that the Supreme Personality is Kṛṣṇa, Ishvara, Parama Kṛṣṇa, Sachidananda, Vigraha, Anadir, Adi, Govindam, Sarva, Karana, Karanam. That's why Brahma wrote down. He gave his own opinion, that is called Brahma Samhita. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India, in Kurmakhetra, he actually brought from some Brahma Samhita papers. Now, the Brahma Samhita is very few verses. 60 or 70 verses are there. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says, Brahma Samhita is 100. No? There are 100 of verses. So many verses are there. But now, these are not available. So Brahma says, Ishvaraha Parama Kṛṣṇa Sachitananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Sarva Karana. He is the cause of all causes. He is behind whatever happened in this material world. It is the opinion of Brahma. But Lord Kṛṣṇa is like an innocent boy. Just like a cowherd boy in Vrindavan, not demonstrating his opulence, but standing just like an innocent boy, some food in his hand. So Brahma in a Chaturbhuja form, he wanted to see the Narayana form, but he's simply seeing an innocent boy. When Srila Prabhupada come back from Western countries to India, that time in New Delhi, some of the news reporters, they asked Srila Prabhupada, in India there are so many God men, so many self-proclaimed God men. They sometimes show the miracles, and people are amazed by seeing these miracles. They says, oh, it is wonderful. That's why many people accept them as God. Then the news reporter says, he said, Swamiji, could you describe, could you show some miracle like the other God men showed? Then Prabhupada said, no. I am not a magician. I cannot show such, mystic, yogic miracles. But I have done one thing. One miracle Srila Prabhupada did. Do you know? Srila Prabhupada transformed the heart of millions. Those who were actually from the background of atheistic, impersonalistic, the voidistic, voidism, those are following agnostics, those people who are not in favor of the Vedic civilizations, those who are behaving like uncivilized manner, Srila Prabhupada actually changed their life. So that was the miracle. So Brahma wanted to see this Chaturbhuj form. So when Mother Devaki, she saw Lord Kṛṣṇa in his 400 form, she was disturbed. She said, oh, if you will be in this 400 form, the people morning will come and see, and they will say, Devaki have given birth to a son who was 400 form, who was wearing like pitambara, helmet on his head, Srivastha, Kaustubha in his 400, there is weapons. Mother Devaki said, no, I don't want this form. You become a small child. Otherwise people will just tell, oh, how is it? It is a miraculous boy. So sometimes people are confused when they see the outer dress of a person. He is the same supreme person, but he is not demonstrating his power here. Sometimes the judge in the courtroom, he gives the verdict to someone, hang him. Punishment for 10 years, rigorous punishment. He has to do some work, heavy work inside the jail. Sometimes the judge releases the persons. Sometimes the trial process is totally finished by the judge. So judge in the courtroom, but that same judge, when he goes back to his home, he becomes like horse. And his grandson actually sit on his back and he said, Chal ghuda chal, chal ghuda chal. So he become like a horse and he is happy, and his grandson, he is enjoying. So here Lord Kṛṣṇa with his own devotees, with his own associates, he's playing, he's doing his pastimes. So Brahma was confused because he saw that Kṛṣṇa is just like an innocent boy. Then Brahma said, you are the original person. So people generally do not appreciate someone unless he shows something wonderful. But here, although Kṛṣṇa did not manifest anything wonderful, Brahma could understand that the same wonderful person was present like an ordinary child, although he was the master of the whole. Brahma now understand. Srila Prabhupada, when he was preaching in India, you know, he was not getting any success. Wherever he was going, he was trying his best, but the result, yeah, success was not there. People were not hearing him. That's why Srila Prabhupada, he wanted, because his Guru Maharaj, 1922, ordered him, Abhay Babu, why don't, you are an educated person, why don't you go to Western countries and take this message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And that time Srila Prabhupada said, our country is now under the Britishers. So it is a British colony. We are in the colonial era. Who will hear this message? And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said, no. The kings, the power, the so-called, Rajkaran, that will not change. That will not help to spread this message. This is like wildfire. In the jungle, if fire, sometimes, ignite the fire, and the forest fire, it actually spread. No one goes to ignite there, no one goes to spread there, it automatically happened. Same way, the message of Kṛṣṇa, the message of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and Vedic literature will be broadcasted. No one can stop it. This will go on. So just try to do it. So 1922, his Guru Maharaj ordered him, but he went in 1965, after 40 years. So many years passed. But Srila Prabhupada says the spiritual master's instruction cannot be ignored. It may be delayed, but cannot be ignored. You have to execute it. When the time will come, you must do it. So Srila Prabhupada went Western countries. And in India, whatever comes from West, people accept it. People say, oh, it is important. It is most important. So they actually give the importance to those things which comes from Western countries. So that's why the same message was broadcasted in Western countries, and that again, the devotees from the white elephant, the devotees of Srila Prabhupada, when they came India and then they preached, people accepted it. The same simple message, Bhagavad Gita, srimadbhagavatamclass, simple messages, which were in previously our saintly peoples, the villagers, they were talking, they were discussing, they were doing kirtan in their small tungi, small, courtyard of their temple in the villages. Same thing, simple thing. But now, even if, the leaders, the educationists, they are saying Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement is giving something, tangible for the society. So that Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhakto. So one cannot reach Kṛṣṇa merely by Vedic knowledge. But when one becomes a devotee, then one can realize him. So Brahma therefore became a devotee. So we are in the disciplic success of Lord Brahma. So the Brahma Vimohan Lila, Brahma become bewildered, and through these teachings, because Brahma can't be bewildered, but Lord Kṛṣṇa exhibited these pastimes to teach us. Sometimes if you want to learn a trick, like karate master. So if you go to a karate master and ask him, please show me the dangerous trick, then that person will come and he will show it, and he will call one of his best student, and he will show that trick. Same way, Lord Kṛṣṇa exhibited that pastimes with his devotees. So he was proud of being Brahma, the Lord of the universe, but now he understood here is the Lord of the universe. So here Kṛṣṇa was playing like a dramatic actor. So Mother Kunti, she prayed, Maya Javanika Channam Agnya Adhokhyajam Abhyayam Nalakhyase Mudhadrisam Notonatyo Dhara Yatha. So Mother Kunti says, Maya Javanika Channa, you were actually hide yourself through your external energy. That is called Maya, Maya Shakti. Adhokhejam means who is beyond the sense perception. Adhokhejam abhyam nalakhyase mudha idrisam noto natyadhara. Like in a drama, those players, although he is your relatives, but he become now a king. He become now like servant. But he could not recognize because he is now dressed like a king. Sometimes in the village, when the village people they perform some drama, sometimes their son they could not recognize his father is acting like a beggar. So here Lord Krishna, his activities, it is not so easy to understand. Mood idrisam, those who are mood, those who are foolish, they cannot. So once Brahma, the four-headed Brahma of our planet, our universe, he went to meet Krishna in Dwarka. So this four-headed Brahma was so proud. He thought that he is the first created being. But Lord Krishna, he asked, which Brahma? Then the doorkeeper asked, the security in the gate, he asked, Lord Krishna is asking which Brahma? Then Brahma said, four-headed Brahma, I have come, your servant, come. Then Lord Krishna said, allow him. And that four-headed Brahma, when he was offering prayer, pranam, dandavat, danda means like stick, bat means like. One has to offer his prayer like a stick, who has to fall down. Sometimes you call dandavat pranam. So immediately that time, at that time, the 800 Brahma, 16-headed Brahma, 32-headed Brahma, the Brahma in million heads, they come and they were all offering their prayers. They were all offering their obeisances to Lord Krishna. So this is the last note we will hear. So this scientific conclusion that sometimes the materialist scientists, they think that although this planet Earth is full of opulence, all others are vacant. Nowadays, sometimes the scientists, they goes to moon, Mars. Now they are sending rovers and the machines. So they are concluding that there is no living entities in other planets. But from Srimadbhagavatam, we understand that entire universe is full of living entities. Everywhere there is possibilities are there. So in the upper planets, the aliens lives. The aliens actually, technically they give this word aliens, but the technicality word is Gandharva, Charana, Vidyadhara. Sometimes the Muslims, they Faristas, they say. But everywhere the living entities are there. So it is the folly of the scientists that although they do not know anything, they mislead people by presenting themselves as scientists, philosophers and men of knowledge. Sometimes they say that there may not in the upper planet system. So that's why we have to be very careful. So that's why it is said, Tatra udvahata pasupavamsa sichutanatam. Little Krishna, who was playing like just a cowherd boys, by seeing this, Lord Brahma bewildered. So by hearing these pastimes, we have this false ego, no? Everyone think that I am something. I am the Mr. Perfectionist. We think like that. But our position is very not so high situations. So that's why we have to be very careful to deal with others. So here this 10th, this verse actually, from this verse we can learn a lot of things where we should not actually judge. We should not actually think that Lord Krishna's pastimes are ordinary pastimes. Thank you very much. If you have not actually subscribed our